Wait, you need to stop talking. It's
I'm
Mr. Griffin. Are you Mr. Griffin or not?
I am Anthony of the Griffin family.
Are you the Anthony Griffin
of the
that is
estate
charged?
of
Stop a second here.
Listen,
If you keep talking over me, we're going to cancel
You is
this.
talking over me. Matter of fact, Your Honor, are you responsible for me if something happens to me?
What is this guy even saying? None of it makes sense. Do sovereign citizens really believe this stuff? Or are they just messing with the court at this point? Tell me in the comments. Anyway, let's watch this one go head-to-head with a judge in a heated showdown.
The appearances, please.
Assistant District Attorney Jack Schneider for the state of Wisconsin.
And you're Mr. Griffin, is that correct?
No, all statements for the record comes now the living man, Anthony of the Griffin family.
All right, so Mr. Griffin,
appearing expressly.
wait, you need to stop talking. It's
I'm
Mr. Griffin
appearing expressly.
hearing today? Are you Mr. Griffin or not?
I am Anthony of the Griffin family.
Are you the Anthony Griffin
of the
that is
estate
charged?
of
Stop a second here.
You asked me a question, I'm answering it.
Okay, I don't want you to answer it anymore. I want a yes or no answer to a question, okay? And the question is, and I have to get the case back in front of me, I'm sorry, but bear with me. Lost my calendar. I have a simple question for you.
25 CF 939.
Are you Anthony Griffin with a date of birth of August 20th, 1985?
I am not the dead entity Anthony Griffin. I am the executor of the estate. I do not agree to be.
All right, well, we'll have to set this over and hold you in custody then until we can have a later
I will check.
hearing.
As I've been held for 72 hours without seeing a judge, that is unlawful.
But you're not Anthony
So
Griffin.
you are agreeing to violate my common law rights, is that what you're saying?
I'm asking you to, let's do this, okay. I'm gonna find probable cause that this is Mr. Griffin, that is acting in an obstructing way, but, we'll go ahead with it. Do you have a copy of the complaint there in front of
I
you?
object that you're obstructing my justice.
Your objection is noted.
I'm a more, you haven't listened.
If you keep talking over me, we're gonna cancel
You're
this.
talking over me, I just want to state the facts. Do you not want the facts to be stated on the case? Am I not allowed?
And you're not allowed, no, you're not allowed to talk about it.
Of attorney, I am not.
Okay, let's hold him in custody or canceling this hearing. You're gonna have to be
That's
held.
okay.
You're not willing to cooperate. Make a
Let the
record.
record show that they're violating my rights. Let the record show that, please. Thank you.
Record with a note that he refused to cooperate so that an initial hearing could be conducted.
That was his first court appearance after 3 days in jail. Looks like he didn't want to sign the paper saying he'd show up in front of a judge, which means he just sat in jail doing nothing. I got to give credit to the judge, though. He shut this down super fast. A lot of judges let people like this ramble on forever, but not this one. Now let's see what happens in his second appearance, where somehow he makes it 10 times worse.
We'll go on the record in the state of Wisconsin versus Anthony Griffin Jr. That's 25 CF 939 appearances.
So we mark up in state.
To understand where the public defender's office defers to Mr. Griffin has indicated that he wants to take care of his own case.
Right, is that right, Mr. Griffin?
No, I'm not Mr. Griffin, Anthony of the Griffin. I am the power of attorney for him. I do have a question for the court. Will I be allowed to speak freely or will my civil rights be again granted over?
Oh, you get to make a statement on bail, but we're going to do this in an orderly fashion. But you're indicating that you're not Mr. Griffin, or that's just not how you identify yourself.
It's not about me identifying myself and the Griffin carries my all caps entity with the dead entity. I actually have an EIN for this created entity. This is not me. I also do not live this address. I'm also not a black man. I am a Lord. So a lot of things on here are totally wrong, which not be at all. My weight is not 240 pounds. All this information is false. But as for the record, all statements for the record comes now the living man and the other Griffin family. Sure, yours or your son status appearing expressly to continue the regular supporting. I'm not to be mistaken with the all caps estate as I am the occupant of the executive office and also the sole beneficiary of the state. I filed my power of attorney with the court and I'm ready to proceed. Let the record show that I do not agree to be a surety for the debt entity as it was created from the state and was given to me and is not a representation of me. I am not one who owes debt to the United States or to the state of Wisconsin. Further, I'm not a flight risk. The only reason I was supported was the failure of the court to notify me of said date. Furthermore, upon being detained, I made it very clear to Officer Gilson that I wanted my rights read to me. Officer Gilson first refused after we asked him twice to know if they read me my rights. After Officer Gilson read me my rights, I made it very clear to him that I wanted my attorney present with the sheriff. Officer Gilson then replied, "They won't come." I made it very clear to him that if he continued to talk to me without my attorney present and the sheriff present, it would be a violation of my civil rights and my constitutional rights. He ignored these facts and continued to be arrested in violation of my law and the rights and the protocol that he agreed to follow as an officer. I was pulled over while traveling in a private automobile. The plates read, DOT exempt, do not detain private traveler. I made it very clear to him that he does not have jurisdiction, but yet he forced it. I was never properly identified as a suspect. My fingerprints were taken under direct arrest of origin after I told them I did not want my fingerprints or paper taken until I have a court order from the judge. I do not argue with any of the facts in this charging incident. This is not me taking a plea. This is accepted for value and returned for value. All the charges incidents in this case, and use my exemption for discharge and set off and release the order to me immediately.
Okay. Well, I think there's at least a reasonable inference on the record that the person known as Anthony Griffin is the same individual in front of me. When they called Anthony Griffin's case, he came out of the holding cell. I don't know why he would do that if he's not. I gave you an opportunity to speak. I'm speaking now, sir.
This right here is why sovereign citizens are so frustrating. They argue just for the sake of arguing. Even if you treat them respectfully, they instantly push back with nonsense. It's impossible to reason with them. It's like talking to a toy that only gives you no as an answer. This guy even went off about fingerprints and claimed he wasn't even a black man. At that point, I'm like, dude, you could tell me you're a toaster and I'd probably have to accept it. Honestly, it feels like a prank that's gone way too far.
And you can object. There's no basis for it. I'm looking at the court records. Please don't interrupt. I'm looking at the jail records.
The Trust Act of 1666 says that when somebody claims their estate, you are to relinquish all of the things to them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's okay. That also means that this is not.
You can file your written motions, Mr. Griffin.
Court with jurisdiction, and I challenge jurisdiction under Federal Rule of Procedure 5.1.
It's denied. The booking photo and the Spillman records match this particular individual. I'll find probable cause.
Man can be awarded over his own case.
And where would you like us to send mail, sir?
You already have mail.
Okay.
53532.
Thank you.
And I have a record.
What's the state's position on bail?
Thank you, Your Honor. In this case, the state is asking the court to impose $1,000 pound bail with the condition that the defendant be prohibited from possessing any dangerous weapons as defined by the respective statutes. It's my understanding that the defendant posted $5,000 cash on his current pending felony case and then failed to appear in court. He is alleged to have refused to identify himself and has committed additional crimes while out on cash bail, which is, as we know, a general violation of conditions.
I object.
It's our position that
Let her finish. We can't have this hearing. We are talking over people. We're trying to record it. What's the basis for the
The
objection?
basis for the objection is the fact that she has no basis of knowing who I am. I don't know who she is.
All right.
She's not even.
The objection's overruled. I ruled it, Mr. Griffin. Let her finish.
As far as that failure to appear, Your Honor, it looks like a bench warrant for a body only hold was issued on January 27th of this year in pending case 24 CF 907. That warrant was not served until almost 3 months later on the 17th of April this year.
So, Your Honor, they're sure or not that when somebody has a court date that they have to be served a court date so they know that it's there? Or is it okay to actually set a court date without notifying the defendant or the accused and then locking them up for warrant?
All right, and I gather you're alleging that Judge Highland did not send notice to you?
No, there's no certified anything there. There's no document or proof of service of anything of that date. I went to every previous court date and I don't skip court date. He didn't show up for the last 3 court dates prior to that. And I actually put in a motion for failure to prosecute. Yet they still moved forward as if nothing was placed in and no one came to court except for me and the prosecutor, and the judge was hiding in the back or whatever the case may be. I filed an abatement, just to let them know I'm not the person who they are looking for, but yet I keep getting trampled over in court. My rights keep trampled over in court. You have this person standing to the left of me who knows me not at all, and yet I would like her to take the stand and talk about how she knows me personally, because you cannot be a beneficiary.
Well, we're not going to be doing any of that,
As the
Mr.
state,
Griffin.
and she is not the state. I know her not. I don't understand what's going on.
Of course you don't understand. Man, you're a sovereign citizen. Confusion is pretty much part of the deal. He walked into the arraignment acting like it was a heavyweight championship of nonsense. Honestly, I feel bad for the prosecutor. She definitely didn't sign up for this circus. Just being in the same room with this guy has to be draining. Although maybe it makes you feel smarter, because compared to him, anyone would feel like a genius. Either way, the prosecutor deserves a break after dealing with him.
To the address that you had on file at the time.
So
But you're going to have to take that up with Judge Hyland. That case is not before me. Looks like he's issued a body-only warrant. You can't get released on that until you have a hearing with Judge Hyland in that case. I think given the history, $1,000 cash bail is necessary. I will set that.
I object, and it's clear that
And that's
procedures
fine.
have been violated, and you're still moving forward. This is called an obstruction of justice.
Don't
Let
think
the
that
record
your
show
rights have
that.
been
Know
violated.
everything that I've said.
It's all being recorded, Mr.
I'm
Griffin.
glad.
You would have the right to a preliminary hearing in 10 days. Do you want that scheduled?
Well, I don't want to sit in jail and
Case right now, you're not allowed to post any cash bail to get released in that particular case. I don't have any authority to do anything with that.
So if you don't have authority, then
You're gonna have to address
I object.
that
If you don't
case
have
with him.
authority to actually set me a bail, you do not have authority over me. Matter of fact, Your Honor, are you responsible for me if something happens to me?
All right, and I'll also order that you not use or possess dangerous weapons as it's defined by the state
Are you
statute.
responsible for that?
And because I haven't heard a response, I don't believe we have a waiver of time limits to set a time for
Are you
preliminary
responsible
hearing.
for me if something happens?
And we are adjourned. Mr.
Okay,
Griffin.
since you're not responsible for me if something happens to me, let the record show that you are not. He's all right. Bad.